back on the Pocket 3 today, since I hadn't taken it out in the wild yet since I got it. So I said, you know what, grab the mic, grab my bag, taking it with me. It's Wednesday, and I am firing on all cylinders. I am feeling great. I feel like I'm got these little wins so far this week, and it's kind of what I want to talk about today. Is I don't want to say I'm celebrating these wins. I'm not celebrating. I'm just acknowledging them and acknowledging how I'm just going. Like, I started off Monday off great, right? I said this. We talked about this in the vlog. I woke up on the right side of the bed. I woke up embracing Monday, saying that we're going to seize. We're going to crush this week. We're going to get through it. We're going to go see Bryce and Flagstaff this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. Each day so far, Monday, Tuesday, has been like little wins and conversations I've had that just kind of reinforces some of the things that I've been thinking about. So a couple things that I wanted to highlight that I think is the reason why I'm kind of like in this elevated mood. First and foremost, I have to recognize, I told Tiffany this, I think it's because I had 2 back-to-back like shitty weeks, right? The pendulum just swings. So we talk about this all the time. The pendulum swings. Good day, bad day, good week, bad week, and then it swings back to, bad week, bad day, good day, that sort of thing. So I think there's an element of that, like, but I want to mention it, but I don't think that has such a big deal to it. Anyway, it's worth mentioning. And while we're on that point, I was having a conversation with Sierra the other night. I think this was Monday night. Yeah, it was Monday night. Just how, she's kind of in this slump right now, and for various reasons, and it's her business. I'm not going to share that all here, but through conversation, I just mentioned to her that how, like, these last couple of years for me have been this huge transition. I felt depression for the first time in my life at like 41, essentially starting over in my early 40s. And that now at this moment, I feel like I've found my footing, I've found my ground. I find myself being happy more often than not happy. And I just told her that it took me a while to kind of find my new normal. A lot of things changed in my life, and change is constant, right? Like, things are going to constantly be changing. And I said, you're going through a big transition right now for multiple reasons. So building context here, that the conversation we had was explaining how, I went through a series of bad days, bad weeks, bad months, not happy, not finding joy in anything, and finally getting to a place of joy, finding my new happy place, my new normal, and finding the happiness in that new normal, right? And even with relationships, right? Like, Tiff and I have been going through some different transitions in our relationship, in our marriage, and we're at such an amazing place right now that, I was letting her know that as another example of, like, unhappiness, finding happiness, finding the happiness in the new normal and that sort of thing, and just basically encouraging her to stay positive and just keep moving forward, right? Don't dwell on today. Don't dwell on that unhappiness today, right? Find something to look forward to. And sometimes it's hard, I know it is, but it's there. They're there. She has so much potential, so much opportunity in front of her. And honestly, the next 2 years are going to be huge for her. I'm really, really excited for her, and I reminded her of that, All that to say that conversation to me was a win. That was a dad moment that I feel like I championed, giving her life advice, through my experiences and my past, my history. And that's what being a dad's all about. That's what being a parent's all about, is sharing your life experiences and, my issues and things that I've dealt with, learning from my mistakes, and sharing those lessons with my child. Another thing that I think is attributing to this great mood that I'm in is, like I said, New World. As silly as it might sound, I do love playing video games, but I get in my head where I feel guilty playing them, or I question, I got this little bit of time, what should I spend it on? And it's like, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this. And the reality is when I actually say, I'm gonna play video games, or I sit down and I play video games, or I have a game that I want to play because I can't stop thinking about it, right? Like when I get into like a new season of a new expansion from Destiny, or new White for Tarkov, or all in the years that I played video games, when a new game had an update where things were worth grinding and upgrading and chasing, it's the best feeling in the world for me. And so I have that with New World right now, taking that 2-month break, that I'm like, all I'm thinking about is like, the light at the end of the tunnel is that new expansion with all the new stuff and potentially upgrading our character all across the board. Like it's exciting for me. And so because I have that, I have something to look forward to when I get home. I have something to look forward to on the weekends, in the downtime when we don't have plans, when we don't have something going on. And so I definitely think that having that passion for something as a hobby is key. Another thing that I know for a fact that is contributing to my overall better mood is just YouTube, honestly. Like I feel like I repeat myself a lot and I say this a lot, but just having this newfound love for vlogging and YouTube as a platform, and again, all I can say is because I took a step back from it, I took a break from it, I focused my energy to another platform with Twitch and growing streaming, that now that I'm back on YouTube and back to vlogging, it's just like this reinvigoration and finding new YouTubers and vloggers to follow and getting inspired by watching other content, which has always been a thing for me. It just gives me something else to latch onto and something else that I'm passionate about. And so between YouTube and vlogging and video games and or streaming, I'll throw streaming in there. I do play games off stream, but not very often, not very much. It's most of the time if I'm playing games, I'm streaming because I've attached those two things together. I like having a chat to talk to while I'm playing video games. Those two things are definitely contributing to the happiness overall, especially this week. So the next thing I'd say, the reason why I'm just in a really good place, happy, mentally, whatever, is again, as I mentioned a little minute ago, is just where Tiff and I are at right now. We've been married 22 years. We just had our anniversary this last weekend. Hopefully you saw that vlog. 27 years total. We've been through a lot. Ups and downs, peaks and valleys. Both as a couple and as parents, and with both kids, transitioning to adulthood, right? One already kind of somewhat moved out, and the other one super independent, always doing things on her own, doesn't need mom and dad for jack shit. We're spending a lot of time just the two of us, which I love, but we're also in a position, we're at this time in our life where we're both working different jobs, right? We're both working, Tiffany's working for the first time in, I don't know, what was it? She's been doing this now for a couple of years, so almost like eight or 9 years, she wasn't working. Obviously I was working from home, doing the YouTube and the Twitch stream and whatnot, but we're both working different jobs now, and so there's the stress of being somewhere at a certain time and going through the motions of a job and then coming back home and having to do now husband and wife things, father and mother things, and still having time to ourselves as a couple and to ourselves as people. But right now we're in really, really good place, and I'm really just happy with that place where we're at. Upgraded my phone yesterday to iOS 26, and oh my god, I love it. The liquid glass, that new style they did, phenomenal. I love the animations. I haven't even updated my phone as far as the homepage and all the customization you can do. I've seen some people screenshots on X. You can do some really, really cool stuff, but just the animations and the changes to the buttons and stuff, absolutely love it. And I'm even more excited now to get my iPhone 17 Pro Friday. Also, did I mention I ordered the Apple Watch 11 and the AirPod Pro 3? I did. The watch comes in on Friday, the AirPods come in next week. So new phone, new watch on Friday. This might be one of the best kombucha flavors I've ever had. Cherry limeade's already one of my favorite flavors of all time, of anything, but this Hum brand, zero added sugar, freaking delicious. Got it at Costco. Check this out. December of 1995. That's my dad and his brother Steve, who unfortunately is not with us anymore. But they visited their mom, my grandma, for her birthday, and the caption on the back of the picture says they stayed the night for her birthday. That's crazy. My dad right there looks like my brother Travis. He definitely had that smile and those eyes. That's early morning puffy face, which is what my brother looks like in the mornings when he gets to work. December 2nd, 1995. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's pretty exciting. It sounds like a nice way to give in to the fucking machine.
Yeah. I do. Look, my.
Today's juvie flavor of the day is Tropical Crush. This was my favorite flavor of the original. Well, I said the original 4, but I guess blue raspberry wasn't part of the original 4. I guess it was only the 3. Kiwi strawberry, Tropical Crush, and watermelon lime. Raspberry came later, I guess, because all the marketing shows it like as, like the 3, not the 4. So, anyway, yeah, Tropical Crush. Drinkjuvie.com, use promo code Clintus. There's a link in the description of all the videos now. So if you want to check out Juvie, it's delicious. I really do love it. So check it out. It's about 2 o'clock, leaving the warehouse, but unfortunately I'm going in the opposite direction. Had a little emergency with one of my customers, my favorite customer. I hate to say this, but I have a favorite customer. You know, like everyone has a favorite, right? And it's their new store that's in the opposite direction of my house. It's about 25 minutes east. They're out of a critical ingredient. They don't get a delivery till tomorrow, and it's usually a late delivery. Like they don't get their delivery till, they're like the last one. So they're just like, there's no way we can make it. Is there any way you can, bring us this? And I'm like, my first response is, I'm like, no, like, it's 1 o'clock. All my drivers are out, most likely on their way back. I'm out shopping at the moment, and I'm thinking, like, it's not even on my way home. Like, your other locations, no problem. I bring you stuff home, not every day. I don't want to say every day, but you know my point. Like, I'll bring you something on my way home, no problem. It's not a problem. If it's our mistake, if it's your mistake, whatever. I take care of you. And that's why he called me, because he knows I take care of him. But this store is not on the way home, and I'm like, ugh. And he's like, all right, I guess I'll just have to go pick up something. I'm like, you know what? My driver lives over there. I'll have him bring it, right? And this was like at 1 o'clock, so I'm thinking like, I have another probably 30 minutes of shopping. By the time I get back to the warehouse, he should be done. He should be close to being done. So I get back to the warehouse, unload everything. I check his GPS. He's on his way to his last stop, which would be about 15 or 20 minutes to get, and then another 15, 20 minutes to get to the warehouse. So he's not looking to get back to the warehouse to another, 35, 45 minutes at the time. And so I'm like, he doesn't have a phone right now because he left it in Wickenburg at one of the customers' drops. And like I said, he lives in the Southeast Valley, so going to Wickenburg after work isn't even possible. So he's like, he doesn't have a phone until Thursday when he goes back to Wickenburg for his next run of deliveries. So there's not even a way for me to contact him and be like, hey, can you take this box? I have to sit around the warehouse and wait for him. So I'm like, do I sit around the warehouse for 35 minutes waiting for him to get back just to say, hey, can you take this box? Or do I just get my car and go? So I decided to just get my car and go. So that's what we did. Like I said, it's my favorite customer. I love their food. So maybe we'll get some food to go. Good people, man. Good people. Hooked me up with my favorite dish, my favorite item that they serve. I got an al pastor machete with pineapple. And this location's got the trompo. Basically it's like the spigot, the meat's on the spindle and it's roasting. So their al pastor is even better than the other locations because they've got this. The other locations don't have it, and so it's just so much better. Oh, and I got myself a little aguas fresca tamarind. Ooh. That's what I'm talking about. I should have had him chop it up for me though, because I'm not gonna be able to eat it on the drive home. Got home late because of that delivery, and then of course the hour drive home because of traffic. But we got the workout in, and it's just now after 5 o'clock. There's this. Or there's that. That actually does look better, even though the lights are over there. Here's the crazy part. That is like on like 5%, right? What is it at? 8%? These freaking lights, look how bright those things are. Dude, the key lights from Elgato are ridiculous. That's 100% 2 lights. Look how bright that is. Let's go 1 light. That's 1 light, not even facing me. Let's try, that's 1 light facing me. See, it's just really hard. So now, tune it down, that's 50%. Those are so bright. Oh my God. Well, the good news is I don't have to, I have that key light that's right here on my face, but I always have to take it down when I stream. I don't even really need that. These things are so dang bright across my room. These are the ones attached to my desk. Okay, that's 2 at 25%. I can't really see. It doesn't look like the shadows are too harsh. Looks like they're pretty good. 25%, huh? Let's go 15. That's 15%. That's pretty good. I like that. Cool. So I had this thought at some point today. I don't remember when it was, but I know. I was watching back my video, the Juvie taste test here at this desk, and how I made the comment about how this setup, like I finally feel like, you know, I've got an additional space to utilize for content creation. I just realized I turned on the microphone on and wasn't using it. I'm a content creator, but I'm still an idiot. Anyway, what was I saying? I was watching back the Juvie video, and because I uploaded it to X natively, and so I was just, you know, it was auto playing. So I ended up just turning the volume on and listening to it as I was doing work, whatever, just kind of re-listen to it and whatnot. And I made the comment how this setup and this desk specifically is like so perfect for certain pieces of content, like when I have something to show you and I actually need a desktop and whatnot. Because my desk over there, you know, it's got two mice, 2 keyboards, my 2 Stream Decks, the Go XLR. Like it's a battle station, and it's got, you know, all of these contraptions. I don't really have a lot of desk space unless I move the keyboards out of the way, right? Which I can, but that's what this is for. And then plus I get this really cool backdrop as well to utilize. Anyway, when I watched that video on the drive home or whatever, later on I had thought, like, you know what? Why don't I edit here? Like, why don't I, instead of, my laptop basically lives in the living room on the coffee table, like just full time, right? It's plugged in all the time. All my adapters and connectors and you know, stuff is just kind of like on the coffee tables, and Tiffany always, like, you know, puts them all into one spot on the weekends, and then inevitably they all get dispersed again during the week. And I was like, you know, why don't I just, granted, her puzzle usually sits here, so I'll find another place for her puzzle, but put my laptop here, put all my stuff here, use my Bose headphones, you know, and then you really like this. And then I thought about, I could sit here and edit and go live. For those of you who remember what ARLs were, once upon a time we tried ARLs, actual real life, where I literally just went live and just did my job and didn't really talk to you. I didn't like it because I want to talk to you. I want to talk to chat. So it was very short-lived. But essentially that's what it would be. I'd go live and I'd sit here and edit the vlog. And maybe I wouldn't use headphones. Maybe I would. I don't know. You'd listen to it, but you wouldn't be able to watch it. Kind of, you know, be in the room with me as I edit. But I just thought, like, the possibilities are endless where I could do multiple things here in this little space and actually utilize this for more than like just, you know, Lego builds or the occasional energy drink taste test. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I got the laptop sitting here. I moved some cables around, so I got the laptop plugged in behind me here. I was testing the lighting out, you know, whether to use the Elgato key lights on my desk or using the light above. The light above obviously is pretty harsh and yellow. Let me show you here. So there's just the overhead light. That's not too bad. If I was just going to do a quick clip, that's fine. But if I was going to do like more of a longer take, that lighting's so much better. An actual white light too. You can tell it's much more white. So anyway, Tiffany just walked in the door, so I'm going to get my laptop set up and import the clips and get everything ready to go. I also think this is going to be more conducive to me staying awake because I'm sitting up and not like super comfortable on the couch. Dinner tonight, green beans and tortilla crusted tilapia with some kind of rice, quinoa rice. Is that what it is?
Brown rice. I don't know, good for your rice.
Good for your rice.
Yeah.
I like it. Ooh, that smells
I'm
good.
taking the smaller, crispier ones.
That's not small.
What?
It's a long one.
I know, but it's thinner. Not as much fish.
Good. What are you gonna put on it?
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to need something.
The breading on that is so good. It's like
I feel
lime.
like I need some type of sauce.
Well, it's cilantro lime, right? So
I don't think it's comfortable.
there's definitely some lime on it. So one last thing that I wanted to mention that I know for a fact is contributing to my overall happiness and well-being is my health. I have been going to the gym consistently for over a year, almost a year and a half at this point. I've completely changed my diet. I've eliminated a lot of crap, and I've added a bunch of good stuff, specifically increased my protein intake. Did not realize that I was not eating nearly enough protein when working out. I've been to the gym, been working out since high school, off and on, and I've never really put on considerable muscle. And come to find out, just didn't eat enough protein, right? So I want to do a separate vlog or talk about it separately, like the details of like working out and fitness and strength training and eating. We'll save that for another vlog. So this one's already long enough as it is. But I just wanted to wrap up the whole like my state of mind and my happiness and where I'm at right now. Like just today, Tiff and I were at dinner talking, and I shared my workout with her today. So yeah, this is what I was doing today, and it just made me realize that even though I complain about working out, I would complain about going to the gym on a regular basis, I'm at a good place now where I'm not complaining anymore. I still have second thoughts. I still have, I get home late like today and I was like, I don't want to go to the gym. I want to play video games. I don't want to go to the gym. I want to watch a vlog. But I've been doing it so consistently now that I'm actually seeing results. I'm getting compliments and other people are seeing the results. I'm physically stronger now. I pick things up. I do a physically demanding job now. And 3 years ago when I started, I couldn't lift jack shit. I was so weak. I had literally no muscle tone at all. Damn near atrophy certain parts of my body because I sat in that chair playing video games for a full-time job for like 6 years and just didn't realize, the phrase don't use it, you lose it, right? That literally was my body. And so it's taken me this long just to get to where I'm at now. And I feel like I still have a long road to go of like where I want to be. But, and I got to give props to Tiffany. Like she's my rock. She's my driver. She's been so focused on her health, both physically, mentally, and nutrition wise, that it's naturally, affecting me because, she's the one buying the food. She's the one that's cooking. She's the one saying, I'm doing this because of this. And I'm like, well, I'll do the same thing. She's fueling her body. She's increased her protein. She's eating more fiber. She's radically changed her lifestyle. And so naturally I'm changing mine. But also because I've started listening to fitness and health podcasts and YouTube channels and, overwhelming like amount of information and data when it comes to what the adequate way to build muscle, to lose weight, to, get strong, all that stuff. And so, like I said, we'll talk about that in another vlog. I don't want to go too far on that, but yeah, my physical health 100% affected my mental health. And it took me a while to figure that out. And so I want to leave you with this. If you are struggling mentally, depression, anxiety, loneliness, whatever, and you're kind of on the downside of something, mentally, get physical. Find something, some physical activity, whether it's the gym, whether it's a bike, whether it's just going for a walk, depending on where you live and what your weather is like. Get some physical activity. I guarantee you it will make you feel better here. When you take care of this, it will automatically take care of this, because it goes both ways. When you're not in a good place here, you're not eating right, you're not sleeping right, you're not socializing, you're not physically doing anything. Maybe you're laying around in bed or laying on the couch all day, day after day, right? It has a negative effect on your body. So if you start with your body, your head, your brain will automatically follow. And I am living proof of that. Tomorrow's Thursday. Travis is back from vacation, so it should be back to a normal day, thankfully, hopefully. Friday, we're leaving for Flagstaff, so I'm hoping to get out of there early. So I'm going to try and get ahead and do some stuff tomorrow. But I'm really looking forward to Flagstaff. We've got the football game, we've got a tailgate party, and we got some behind-the-scenes access. So stay tuned for that. That will be on Sunday, because it's Saturday, so it'll be Sunday's vlog. It's going to be awesome. But we're going up there Friday, so Friday we'll be hanging out in Flagstaff with Bryce. Probably walk around downtown and whatnot. And then Saturday is all the festivities. Sunday morning we'll wake up in Flagstaff, probably do some stuff and then head back home. So it's an action-packed weekend I'm looking forward to. I definitely need it after the last couple of weeks we've had. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to me rant. I really do appreciate it, as always. Hope you had a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.